Hello, everyone. It's me, Lester737, and today I'm going to be showing off some stuff. I was extremely concerned. You see, I thought Gameloft had done something terrible. Maybe they did. Maybe they did do something terrible. You might have noticed in the video the other day, I didn't showcase any of the new characters. And the reason that was because they're all locked behind as a reward that you had to spend, buy with real money, which is insane. That is a terrible mistake on Gameloft's part. Now, either enough people had an uproar over it and they reverted it, or it was a bug. Either way, it's not like that anymore. So I am going to show those characters off. But I was going to make a video pleading with Gameloft not to do that. You know what? I will say it now. Gameloft, please never ever make it so that the only way we can get characters is if we spend real money, and that's it going forward. That would be a terrible mistake. It would be a mistake because you would be destroying the fan base. The fan base can barely buy characters by saving up money working on the free method, which is to work on getting rubies. Well, the free way. I'm saying free so many thousands of times. Maybe we'll get some free rubies if I say it enough times. But you know what I mean. We grind to get the rubies the free way. We watch the trailers for free rubies. We kill monsters for free rubies. We might have a few ruby generators and we slowly get rubies over time. Well, it takes a long time to get those. And the prices of ruby characters have steadily gone up. There was a time where, like, at the most, maybe a ruby character was 200 rubies. Now it's like in the thousands. And in fact, now you have sets, and it's been like this for a while, but all the characters are getting more expensive, so it makes it so that there's an award character for getting the entire set, and overall it takes an insane amount of rubies to get that character. This is bad. I can barely afford to do that with one set. And I remember in the past where I was getting every single character real easily. The way the economy is now, that's just not possible. Well, I mean, unless I was making more money. But that's me, and I can only imagine what it would be like for someone that doesn't even have a job. Or they either they don't have a job because they're not young enough, or they don't have a job because they can't find one, or they don't have a job because they have an at-home job and they have responsibilities that makes it so they can't even go out and get a job to then buy these premium characters. So I implore Gameloft to please at least think about lowering the prices for ruby characters, and never ever, please never ever make it so that in the future characters have to be bought with real money and there's no other way to get them. Now let's get into the characters I thought had been locked behind a paywall. What's interesting, and here they are. Some of them look pretty cool. What's interesting is that the anime characters came back. So there's still time to get the Sailor Scout ponies, the ones that are... Okay, one's a ninja, and there's so many ninjas in other series. I have no idea what Applejack is a reference to. It could be anything. Believe it or not, Rainbow Dash is actually a Voltron pilot, which is fitting because Ashley Ball, who plays as Rainbow Dash, also played as a Voltron pilot, which I think is hilarious. I still do not know what Celestia is, but she looks freaking awesome. But this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, granted, I could buy one character, but there's no way I'm going to be able to get enough to unlock Celestia. And I know something amazing is going to come out for Halloween, so I can't afford to actually buy any of these characters. It sucks. I mean, I can quasi live with the prices being how it is. It just means that we all have to wait longer. But to make them more expensive or make them purely paywall, that's terrible. It's a bad mistake. Okay. So here's the characters. And this was also threw me off. I was in the new menu, which again, They didn't show up in when I saw it in the other thing. You know what? That's not important. You get the idea. Let's just get to the characters. You got Flighty Pegasus. Not the bravest of the Pegasi in town. She usually prefers to fly away in the face of danger. Wait a minute. They used a male model for that. Oh well. They look kind of cool. Jewel Collector Mare looks freaking awesome to me. Probably the favorite one out of the new ones that we could get. Like her cutie mark indicates, this mare loves the most glittery of gems. Island left, there's no rubies for rewards for maxing out her level. I guess they don't do that too often, but still. Man, I really do wish I could get all these anime characters. Versions of the MLP characters. Applejack looks really cool. Rainbow Dash looks really cool too. Don't make the mistake I did. She is not a Sentai. It says Sentai, but it's not. She is a Voltron character. They could be mistaken for Sentai. From my understanding, they're not actually really Sentai. They're like a precursor to Sentai. Then you got the Timid Mare, which I actually kind of like the color palette. It almost feels like it's a color swap. Not quite a color swap, but it's color influenced by Twilight Sparkle. Will hide behind her friends should the conversation turn uncomfortable. That is not good. Top Hat and Mare. I think they are part of that set. I don't recall them being in the set for the newest campaign, but they probably are. Doesn't care what you think, in her opinion. Top hats will never go out of style. That's kind of true. Now, unfortunately, some creepy people like to wear them, so that kind of ruins that. So yeah, they'll never go away, but you'll either look really cool or you will be creepy. Or cool and creepy if you're a shadow person. Knock on wood, hopefully you're not a shadow person. Okay, Wallflower Mare. Now, this could be a reference to Wallflower... that can't talk. Wallflower from Equestria Girls. I kind of doubt it, though. So anonymous, she spent most of her time being nearly trampled by Canterlot's snobbish societies. Socialites. Sorry about that. Well, you never know, but the colors are not right for her to be Wallflower. But she could be her. I don't know, it's a mystery. Then you have Magenta Towns Pony, which I don't think she is part of the set, but she looks kind of cool. I'm going to say that about all. They all look kind of cool. I could do, I'll show you which ones I think are coolest to least coolest, excluding the anime ones, because that will take too much time. Some ponies have compared her tail to a cinnamon bun. She's not really offended by that, though, because really, who doesn't like cinnamon buns? People allergic to cinnamon. I guess I can kind of see it. I would think more like pumpkin pie, looking at her tail. Not a cinnamon bun. But, that's just me. Okay, so favorite, at least favorite out of the new characters, excluding anime. First place for me is Jewel Collector Mare. Next would be Wallflower. Next would be Flighty Pegasus. Next, after that, would be Timid Mare. And then Magenta Towns Pony, and then Top Hatted Mare. Yeah. So the collection price is not that bad, I guess, for the characters that you would be getting with it. It's not letting me look at the details of it, and I don't want to press that button because I'm pretty sure it will mess things up. So you can't get them individually. I still think they're a little bit overpriced with what you're getting. I was about to say, well, maybe this one. Well, you know what? Technically, this might be the one that's fairly priced, because don't forget, sapphires, if you don't use them up, they do convert into rubies. So maybe. And I guess maybe that one too, if you think they're cool enough. That's not a bad one. I'm not going to lie, I'm tempted to get that one just because she looks really cool. Anti-sugar drummer. Oh boy. That's what I always wanted, the anti-sugar drummer. Granted, it is an important story, but still, I don't like them people don't like sugar. Okay, I'm being a little bit sarcastic. Some people are allergic to it, or it's they're not healthy enough to have it. Did you know horses go crazy over sugar? Fun fact. So we have 6 days left. I press the button. Come on. 6 days, 12 hours left. Here we go. Next phase. Got 15 rubies. Now, I did look at it while recording, but I did try to show off what the awards were or are. I'm pretty sure this is a character, but I can't tell. It could either be a character or a set piece, but it looks like it's a character trying to wear a costume. But I'm not 100% sure. So the final reward for this will be a ruby generator, which is pretty cool. Nowadays, ruby generators are like, they're either a 24-hour or 12-hour, depending on how many rubies. 24 plus if it's 3 rubies, or 12 hours if it's 2. So we'll see. But it seems like they don't make them various different speeds anymore. That looks like the young stallion version of Blue Blood. This is kind of a crazy story. Well, ish story. That's the problem with these short time campaign events. Even though it actually is decently spaced, it has a decent amount of time to it. There's next to no story to it, but the gist of it is Blue Blood thinks he would be a better defender of Equestria than Twilight Sparkle. I don't know. We've never actually seen him use magic, but the problem is he has a crappy personality. So, I mean, if he could do it, I guess it doesn't matter if he has a crappy personality, but man, I would take the main 6 over him any day and Spike and all of them. And evidently, he will be fighting Nightmare Moon. On the moon itself, it looks like. Oh, and fun fact, the moon, the rocks on it, most of it are black, believe it or not. The reason it looks white when you're looking at it is because of the light reflecting off of it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this commentary. I'm happy to say it looks like either a bug prevented us from just working on and then buying the ponies for this campaign, as opposed to Gameloft suddenly being like, we shall make you all buy everything with real money going forward, because they're Mickey Mouse. It's Mickey Mouse controls Gameloft now. I thought you all knew this, but if you didn't, Mickey Mouse controls Gameloft. Anyway, peace be with you all and have a great day.